Let's bring in Gearóid Ó Colmáin, journalist and political analyst, who joins us. You have this pretty solid evidence against this company, and I'm assuming, how could the French government not be aware of some of these illegal acts taken? Do you think that they were aware and did nothing about it?
Oh, they were certainly aware since the very start of the war against Syria, against the people of Syria. By NATO, the French have been at the forefront of the aggression. The French government has openly declared its support for Al-Qaeda in Syria. In 2012, in a conference in Marrakesh in Morocco, the former French Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius described the atrocities being committed by the Al-Nusra Front, which is an Al-Qaeda-linked organization, as a good job. He said they were doing a good job in Syria. He was actually also taken to court for that. There is that case against Laurent Fabius is still pending. 14 Syrian citizens took him to court on charges of supporting terrorism. The French government has had special forces in Syria, in Aleppo, aiding terrorists against the Syrian government forces. The French are still heavily involved, arming the chief backers of the Islamic State, Saudi Arabia. The French have been arming them, have been signing all kinds of important arms deals, bigger than ever. So the French government are very much behind this. I should also say that this story has come out in the media, but they're also adding some spin. I mean, they're suggesting that there's outrage and everything. Well, the media themselves, the very newspapers who are revealing this story, they have been very much at the forefront of the war against Syria. They have provided the disinformation that has led to the genocide against the Syrian people. And they are also war criminals, and they should also be prosecuted according to international law. They are in violation of the most basic principles, the Nuremberg principles, which state that you cannot engage in war propaganda. You have to abide by the rules of journalism in international reporting, to be objective and be truthful, and not to be simply a cheerleader for an aggressive force. The entire Western media establishment have been cheerleaders for a war of aggression against an entire people. This is a genocidal war, and it is not just Lafarge who are responsible. It's the entire Western media establishment, the very people publishing this story, the human rights organizations who have provided disinformation to the public and the media. I'm talking about Human Rights Watch, right, Amnesty International, and many others. So there's an entire apparatus here that needs to be talked about. This is only a tiny part of a much, much bigger and more important story.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Gearóid Ó Colmáin, journalist and political analyst from Paris.